Hello, it is me, and we're back with another card review. So the camera quality for these have been pretty bad. I feel terrible about it. I'm trying to use my webcam, but the webcam is better for close-up kind of stuff, not big picture sort of things. So I'm going to try to use my phone this time because that probably has a better camera than the $20 thing that I bought for streaming. Computer, shut the hell up. I'm trying to do a video. Blizzard, you need to chill out. I'm exporting the card review for the 25th right now. Blizzard, slow the heck down. I was told not to curse in the first minute of the video, and that way it'll get monetized. Oh wait, I don't get monetized anyway. I can say all the bad words I want. Blizzard, slow the fuck down. So today is the 26th, and that means that there are more cards that they have released, and this time there's not as many, so it shouldn't be as long as yesterday. Ben is still sick. I have been taking care of him, feeding him chicken noodle soup. He will not be joining us again today because he is sick. He is actually sleeping downstairs right now in his dinosaur bed. It's like a dog bed, but bigger because he's a dinosaur. 7 cards this time, not as many as yesterday. So let's go ahead and get started. The first card is a 2-mana spell at the common slot for Paladin, and it is called Light Forged Blessing, and it is a twin spell, that new mechanic. So basically you get a second copy of this card to cast again at a later point, or the same turn, whichever you prefer, and it gives a friendly unit lifesteal. This seems pretty good in combination with a couple of things. Heal Paladin, now that the fucking odd Paladin will be gone, we can maybe play other Paladin decks. So we may finally see the thing that Blizzard wanted us to play last set with Heal Paladin, and maybe we'll be able to see this in combination with Kangor, because Kangor doubles all of your healing, so you can play a Kangor and play this card on the same turn, giving one of your minions already on the board lifesteal, doubling the amount of life that you gain from that lifesteal, and then helping the Heal Paladin heal itself back up. 2 mana is pretty cheap for giving one of your minions lifesteal. I think this is a pretty solid card. It's cheap, it does what it's supposed to do, and in combination with other cards such as Kangor or a Heal Paladin style deck, then I think that this card could definitely see some play in combination with the Healing Light, I believe it was, from last set, the Heal 4 and draw a card as well. So I think this is supporting more of that Heal Paladin style play. With the twin spell, you can do this again the next turn, or give 2 minions in the same turn lifesteal. So I think this is pretty good, and I'm gonna say 3 stars, solid card, cheap way to gain life, 3 stars. The next card we're looking at is a 6-mana hunter spell in the rare slot, and it is called Unleash the Beast. This as well is a twin spell, so again, after you play it, you get a copy of this spell back to your hand to be used at a later date, or coin out a second one turn 11. Or turn 10 or something like that. And this says summon a 5/5 Boyo with a Rush. It is a Wyvern with Rush, I should say. The Wyvern could be important, but it is a 5/5 with Rush for 6 mana. This can definitely rush something down if you need to rush it down. I don't think this is super great for 6 mana. You can do it twice. I think there's cheaper ways to deal 5 damage to something. Of course, there is that residual thing that the minion could stay on the board, but at turn 6 or for 6 mana, you're probably going to use this to run into something big because of the rush, or help it with your Savannah Highmane if the Wyvern is a beast. Not Savannah Highmane, Scavenging Hyena. I think this is a okay card. I'm thinking of Mark of the Beast. Deal 5 damage if you have a beast, deal 3 if you don't. That is essentially dealing 5 damage, which the Rush is doing for cheaper, but again, that residual body on the board isn't guaranteed with a spell, or with that spell, but with this spell that summons the minion, it definitely has that effect. But I don't think this is fantastic. I think there are better ways to deal with a board state in Hunter, maybe even playing Crushing Walls because you're guaranteed 2 kills instead of the 1 for only 1 more mana, or just using the Mark of the Beast to deal that 5 damage. I don't think that this card is going to be particularly good. I think I'm just going to give this 2 stars. I don't see this being very good, and I don't really see this seeing a lot of play. We have a new legendary, and it is the Druid legendary Boyo. He is a 2 mana, 2/3 named Keeper Staladris, and his passive effect is after you cast a choose 1 spell, add copies of both choices to your hand. And this says both choices, which makes me think Branching Paths has 4 choices, but Branching Paths is rotating, I'm pretty positive, so I don't think that will really matter. We've also had something similar to this where I forget his name, but there was a legendary that whenever you casted a choose 1, it casted all of them, which was important for low T last set as well. This though is strictly different because instead of casting all of them, you get a spell for each different effect that costs the same amount as the spell itself. I think this card is going to be pretty good. There's a lot of cards in Druid that have the choose 1 effects, which is one of their staples, and I think that this could be interesting in something like Auctioneer Druid where you're running wraths and stuff like that for cheap spells, and you get a wrath to draw a card and you get a wrath to deal the damage. I don't know what kind of deck synergy Druid is going to see from this set, because Druid right now has been hit pretty hard recently. The only thing that you're really seeing is the Mecha'thun Druid and the occasional Hadronox Druid, and with Hadronox rotating as well, I don't think we'll be seeing Hadronox Taunt Druid anymore because it's not going to be in Standard. So I'm not too sure what Druid's plan is going to be moving forward. A lot of the cards that make Auctioneer Mecha'thun Druid work are still there, so I think, actually I take that back. Naturalize is rotating, so I don't even know if Mecha'thun Auctioneer Druid is really gonna work because Naturalize to kill the Mecha'thun is leaving. I don't even know what Druid decks are gonna be relevant next set. Maybe we'll see a value-based, ramp-based thing. They're really trying to fix Druid's identity, I think, which is interesting. So maybe they're really trying to set that in stone with last set, having the choose out of a multiple of things. This set giving you benefits for playing the choose 1 of multiple things cards. So maybe they're trying to really redefine and figure out what Druid wants to be. So I'm interested to see where this card will push Druid in the future. I don't think it's bad, and I also don't think it's great. The legendaries this set seem very high value based, and a couple of them a little bit flashy. But again, this is just a solid value-based card that I'm gonna have to give 4 stars. I think this is gonna be good if it sees play, and I don't know where Druid's going, and I can't really envision it right now. So I'm just gonna say that this is a 4-star card because what it does is good and gives you resources, and you never complain about extra resources in your hand. So now we have a new Paladin secret. It is 1 costed, like all the Paladin secrets. It is a common card, and the secret is when your opponent casts a spell, give your minions 2 health. This is so good. This is really good. Almost all of your opponents want to cast at least some spells. Even super aggro beast hunters that is seeing a lot of play right now, they'll even want to play spells because they're playing some secrets, they're playing animal companions and stuff like that, so that'll get played. So this will always get triggered, so I think that this will be very good, very useful. 2 extra health onto your minions is fantastic. Power Word Shield is a 1 mana add 2 and draw a card. This is add 2 to your board, so you can create a board state. Unfortunately, Odd Paladin is fucking getting the boot. You can't do this to an Odd Paladin board, but I'm sure there are other aggro paladins, such as aggro Secret Paladin, which this is a secret and can fit right into it. So aggro Secret Paladin could definitely use this to give their wide board even more health. I'm sure more aggro or fast paced wide board paladins will come about in the coming year, and when Odd Paladin rotates, I'm sure there will be a shift in the paladins being played, but I think they can still support an aggressive style like they have for the past year, and this will definitely help them keep and maintain a wide board with that extra health. I think this is a fantastic card. It's not too strong, it's not overpowered or anything, because you have to build that board and then you have to play it, but you know, it's still really solid. This is a 5-star card in my opinion. This is just very good, and I don't remember if I said this. It's called Never Surrender. I don't know if I said that. It's called Never Surrender, which you obviously saw because I put the picture up over there, but I don't remember if I said that. Moving right along on the highway. Next, we have a 2-mana Warlock minion. It is a 2/2 at the common slot, and it is called Evil Genius, and its battle cry is destroy a friendly minion and add 2 random lackeys to your hand. Now, lackeys are the evil boyos kind of thing. Besides schemes, there is 5 different lackeys, and if you haven't seen them already, they're all varyingly good. I've said this before, but I believe that 3 of them are always good and 2 of them are situationally good. They're 1-mana 1/1s with an extra over curve effect, and they're pretty decent. Warlock, on the other hand, we haven't seen anything that really cares about lackeys. Rogue, we've seen a lot of stuff. The new Togwaggle for Rogue cares about lackeys, but we haven't seen anything in Warlock that really cares about lackeys, and we haven't really seen anything that cares about killing its minions. This adds 2 lackeys to your hand, so you technically get 2 resources for the price of 1. So you better make sure that that price of 1 is worth those 2, is all I say. Oh, I was going to say cube, but cube's going to rotate. So I don't really know what Warlock will do with the lackeys, but 1 for 2 seems pretty good in my book. Again, value-based gameplay, which I like to see. From what we've seen of the set now, out of the 35 cards that were released so far, there's a lot of value-based stuff, so I'm happy to see that. But I don't see it in Warlock. I don't know why they went lackeys, so I'm going to give this card 2 stars. Gives you extra resources for the price of a resource on the board. I don't know if the lackeys are worth a resource on the board unless it's another lackey. If it's another lackey, then great. And I don't see why Warlock wants lackeys yet. They haven't really released anything to show them. So possibly this card could get a lot better if cards in the Warlock class rely on something with lackeys. But for right now, 2 stars. I don't know if 2 lackeys are worth 1 thing on the board. So who knows? We'll see though. There's plenty of room for this card to get better though. So the next card is a priest minion at the common slot. It is a 2-mana 2/2. It's called Evil Conscriptor, and its death rattle is add a lackey to your hand. This has death rattle, which no longer helps the quest, but it, you know, there's still death rattle stuff, and there's still death rattle stuff in rotation, so there is some stuff that helps out priest death rattles, but it no longer has that quest reward for playing the death rattles. Again, I don't know why priest wants lackeys yet. You gave me the new Togwaggle card, which specifically told me that you want the lackeys. This is the same situation as the prior card. I don't see any reason for this card to be in priest, besides the fact that the priest is the evil class this set, and the evil boyos are using lackeys. I don't see why priest wants lackeys. There's been no real incentive for me to want to have lackeys for priest. Echoing what I said with the previous card, this could get better if they release stuff that has lackey specific synergy in the priest class, but for right now, I think this card is strictly better than the last one because you're not sacrificing resources on board, and I highly doubt that they'll waste a silence on something like this. So you're almost guaranteed to get that lackey if it dies. So I'm going to say this card is 3 stars because it doesn't sacrifice that minion on your board. So it's just better than the previous one. This could get significantly or marginally better if priest releases stuff that cares about lackeys. But for right now, this card is 3 stars. The lackeys are valuable enough, and it recycles itself when it dies. Yes! We finally get to see the second Hunter Legendary, and it makes me way more excited than the other one. This is a 7 mana 5/6 minion boyo named Varisa Winged Runner. And that is a badass name. Her battle cry is equip Thori Dala the Star's Fury, and put up a picture of that weapon. This is a 3 mana 2/3 weapon, and after your hero attacks, gain spell damage +2 this turn, and there is plenty of spells that Hunter will play with this that I think could be really interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, immediately, what I think is this. You play cards like Flanking Strike, and Multi-Shot, and Mark of the Beast, and other damaging spells, okay? And you play those throughout your game in a Spell Hunter list, or maybe not even a Spell Hunter list now that I think about it. And then you drop the Windrunner, you attack with it once, you attack with it twice, and you save that last attack, because then you attack with it, and then you drop your Zul'jin. So for the rest of the turn, boom, your Zul'jin has +2 spell damage as well. Very nice. And it also comes with a 5/6 body, which is pretty good, will be good for trading. I like the 5/6 body for 7 and the weapon. This is a very cool, very, very good card, I think, and I hope. I'm going to give it 4 stars. It's a body with a weapon, and the weapon then can be used in combination with other stuff down the line. Its immediate board presence, its later impact attached to a weapon. I like it, Blizzard, and I really like it. 4 stars. I'm excited to play Hunter again that's not Death Rattle or Beast Hunter. Maybe we can play Spell Hunter again, but with this now added. So maybe you take out the 2 my sides, which I think are rotating anyway. The meta's going to be different, and I cannot wait. And this seems like a fairly decent card to have in the Hunter thing with the Zul'jin. So then, like I said, you get that +2 spell damage Zul'jin, which could be very delicious and spicy. That is the last card. So if you enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to know when I go live, because I stream Hearthstone, Pokemon, Five Nights at Freddy's, and other fun games. And it'll also hopefully notify you when I upload a video, because I'll be uploading a lot of card reviews as these cards come out. If you haven't seen the other 3 card reviews, check those out as well. There will be a pop-up link here that pops up shortly as I am talking. Go check out the links in the description. There is social medias for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I post on there when I'm about to go live and when I post videos, and sometimes I post memes and stuff on Instagram and Twitter. Check those out. Also, if you want to join me and a bunch of other people who are part of this StevensvilleGamers community, there's a Discord link. Check it out. We're talking about Hearthstone, we're talking about art, we're talking about Magic the Gathering, we're talking about Five Nights at Freddy's, we're talking about a whole bunch of stuff. So Discord link down in the description. Check it out. And if you want to support me monetarily, I would super duper appreciate it. If you want to get yourself some merch, go check out the Redbubble link in the description. Soon to be having more and new fresh designs, but for now, check out what's down there already. The proceeds go to help me, but if you want to help me in a more direct manner, I have Patreon, and your monthly Patreons are super appreciated and are very helpful to me, for me to live and get new equipment to make these videos better. And also there are Stream Elements tips set up, so check those out. When I stream, I would super duper appreciate it. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed it. Michael from StevensvilleGamers is going to be signing off now, so 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Bye.